Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do my what I added to Goodreads in June. I'm trying to get all my videos done because I may be sending my brown note in for repairs. And yeah, it's going to make it difficult to do videos, which sucks, but I've stalled twice and I'll probably do it again. Who am I kidding? Let's just do this. I'm not going to talk about the ones that I already read or will be reading for my TBR. So yeah, we're going to start with My Dear Hamilton by Stephanie Dre. I heard about it from book lover Amanda, and I bought it on Audible this month. It says a general's daughter coming of age on the perilous frontier of revolutionary New York. Elizabeth Schuyler champions the fight for independence, and when she meets Alexander Hamilton, Washington's penniless but passionate aide-de-camp, she's captivated by the young officer's charisma and brilliance. They fall in love despite Hamlin's bastard birth and the uncertainties of war. A founding father's wife. Okay. I'm gonna stop there. Then we have Mother Tongue by Sarah Novick. I found this one kind of on my own. Sarah Novick wrote True Biz, which is a good read, but this is her own personal story about being, well, she loses her hearing, and she tries to stay in the hearing world for as long as she can, no matter what, and then she can't ignore it, that she's deaf. So it's about her kind of integrating into the deaf community, and then she has two kids, one of them is deaf and one of them isn't, and the challenges that has, so yeah. Then we have Without a Trace, Rock Harbor #1 by Colleen Coble. I read the Annie Peterson series, and I want to read the Rock Harbor books, because I didn't realize there was kind of a prequel to the Annie Peterson series. Well, not a prequel, but like books that came before that kind of expect you to know the history a little bit. So I want to learn the history. And yeah, Amanda from Book Lover Amanda gave me an Audible credit, which I totally did not ask for, but thank you anyway. I really appreciate it. I rarely get bookish gifts, so that was a shocker. I was just ranting about the digital age sucking because surprises are ruined. But yeah, I ended up finding a set of like 4 Rock Harbor novels, and I got it with 1 credit because it's like a box set. So I just wrote down the first one, but I own all of them now, which is exciting. I'm probably going to start them this month. It's like they're summer books. So when a plane carrying Bree Nichols' husband and son disappears, her life changes forever. So yeah, I know that she finds him because he's there in the Annie Peterson series, but it'll be interesting to see the beginnings of her romance and all of that. We see her when she's happily married in Annie Peterson series, so I'm interested. Then I found some for sale on Libro FM. I found Dreams of My Father, a story of race and inheritance by Barack Obama. This is before his presidency. Marilla of Green Gables by Sarah McCoy. Self-explanatory there. Summer Reading by Jenny McKinley. This one was already on a TBR from a few years ago, so I'm not going to read that one. Love Anthony is another one that was on a previous TBR or Goodreads video. Or maybe not. This was before YouTube. This one is by Lisa Genova, the story of an accidental friendship that gives a grieving mother a priceless gift. The ability to understand the thoughts of her 8-year-old autistic son and make sense of his brief life. So this is about 2 women. One of them, her autistic son passes away. Trigger warning. And the other one is going through a divorce, or I guess husband cheats on her. She has 3 daughters. She remembers meeting this woman's autistic son, and I guess she's compelled to write about him and kind of enter his world and how he would feel about things. I don't know if this is going supernatural or what, like if she's somehow channeling his feelings, but whatever it is, I guess her book that she writes helps the mother grieve. I don't really know where this is going. but okay. It's called Love, Anthony. Then we have The Girl Upstairs by Jessica R. Patch. I heard about this one from book lover Amanda. She bought this house to save her marriage. Unearthing its secrets might just claim her life. Gwen McDaniel's life is broken, but she knows the perfect place to fix it. Cold Harbor, Maine, an idyllic small town with views of Acadia National Park, is where she used to vacation with her parents as a child. Here she and Stephen can start over, renovating their cliffside fixer-upper while patching up their marriage. Soon everything will be better. Except from the moment they arrive, Gwen sees and hears things, and it's more than just the drafts and shadows that are part of any old house. Steve downplays her fears, warning her not to fixate on problems as she has in the past, but Gwen spent years as a homicide detective, and her instincts don't lie. Something happened here. Proof comes when she rips up the attic's carpet to discover a chilling message carved into the wood underneath. As Gwen delves into the history of the house and the Cold Harbor community, she begins to piece the fragments together. And gradually, a terrifying picture, a missing girl, a house of horrors, and a dark, decades-old nightmare that is more haunting than Gwen ever imagined. Okay. I'm interested. But probably not now. This sounds more like a kind of a spooky read for October. Then we have Escape from Amsterdam, Heroines of World War II series. By Laura Lee Bliss. I heard about this one from Jeanette from Jane Reads. A university student smuggles children out of Amsterdam. Truly, that's all I need to know. Then we have In the Shadow of 8, Surviving the Reality of My Childhood by Colin Gosselin. He's from the show John and Kate plus 8. He's going to be telling a story. It's coming out on October 23rd. October 13th. I did not know he was going to write a book, but okay. Because it's 8 kids, the sextuplets and the twins, so he's in the shadow of 8. Then we have The Secret Nurse of Paris, Sisters of the Resistance #2 by Suzanne Fortin. I read the first one, The Secret Midwife of Paris, I think it was called. Or, no, Berlin. This one takes place in Paris. This is about one of the other sisters. I didn't write down that one in case, like the description, in case there's spoilers. But it's coming out October 27th. Then we have Every Given Day by Kathy Gulke. It's coming out on September 8th. Kathy Gulke or Kathy Gulke? I never know. New York City, 1918. When schoolteacher Gwendolyn Armstrong learns of her sister's worsening illness, she travels to Marion's stately home to tutor her young niece and nephew, kept from school by the Spanish flu outbreak. I'm going to stop there because I think that the description gives a spoiler. I could be wrong, and I could be reading too much into it, but whatever. I'm not continuing. We have The Liars Book Club, Secret Book and Scone Society #9 by Ellery Adams, coming out October 27th. I'm like on book 4. I need to catch up. I've read 3 so far, and I'm like ordering them because I like them. Live and Let Chai, Seaside Cafe Mystery #1 by Bree Baker. Another Amanda recommendation. Most of you know of these, right? I'm not going to read the description. I'm trying to go through this quickly. But I want to try this series, so I'll see if I can get them from Hoopla. Across the Blue by Carrie Taransky. Another Jeanette recommendation. She says it's good. It's Carrie Taransky. I love Carrie Taransky. Set in Edwardian England and... a romance about an English aviation pioneer and the girl who falls in love with him. So, there's airplanes and stuff. Sounds kind of like the third Timeless book, Flying. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have something I did not know was happening. How did no one tell me this? Big Little Truce by Leanne Moriarty, coming out August 25th. the sequel to Big Little Lies. How has nobody told me this is coming out? Have I been living under a rock? I need to know. But yeah, apparently this book takes place when all the kids are in high school, so yeah. If the parents were insane when they were in kindergarten, I want to know what they're like now. I cannot wait to be back in this world. I'm going to reread Big Little Lies in August in preparation for Big Little Truths. Then we have The Lost Orphans of Leon by Helen. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this last name, but I found this one on Kindle. A hidden tunnel, two frightened children. One woman who must risk everything. Leon occupied France, 1942. When Yvette Dubois' husband inherits a remote chateau, she reluctantly leaves Leon behind, only for Armand to abandon her there to manage the vineyard alone. Isolated among unfamiliar staff, Yvette feels trapped in a life she never wanted. Everything changes the day she hears a mysterious knocking in the library. Behind a tapestry, she discovers a hidden tunnel along with two frightened orphans. I mean, that's all I need. Hidden Children, World War II. I want it immediately. Chasing Shadows by Lynn Austen. I heard about this one from Miriam Elizabeth Reeves. About three women whose lives are instantly changed when the Nazis invade the neutral Netherlands, forcing each into a complicated dance of choice and consequence. Lena is a wife and mother who farms alongside her husband in the tranquil countryside. Her faith has always been her compass, but she remains steadfast when the questions grow increasingly complex and the answers could mean the difference between life and death. Lena's daughter Annie has recently moved to the bustling city of Leiden, filled with romantic notions of a new job and a young Dutch police officer. And she joins the resistance. And then we have Miriam as a young Jewish violinist who immigrates for the safety she thought Holland would offer. She finds love in her new country, but as her family settles in Leiden, the events that follow will test them in ways she could never have imagined. So, all these women. I'm in. Then we have Lady of Milkweed Manor by Julie Clausen. I heard about this one from Catherine Boucher. As apparently this is her debut. As Charlotte drew closer to the looming gray edifice that was to become her temporary home, she could not help but notice the secretive shuttered windows. Then she notices the milkweeds. Even a proper vicar's daughter can make a mistake, and now Charlotte Lamb must pay a high price for her fall. To avoid the prying eyes of all who knows her, she hides herself away in London's forbidden Milkweed Manor, a place of mystery and love, of old secrets and new birth. She's pregnant, I guess, from what I can tell. Then we have The Spykeeper of Marseille by Rosanna M. White. I heard about this one from Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. It's coming out on July 7th. In occupied France, a woman becomes a spy for the resistance and rises to lead the largest intelligence operation in the country. Okay. I mean, I still have to read The Collector of Burned Books, so yeah. Then we have The Melody of Love by Wanda E. Brunstetter. I heard about this one from Chloe. It came out today, apparently. Here's the weird thing. It's not on Audible, but it's on Libro FM and Apple Books, like on audio. I don't know what's up with Audible, but it's not there. I can probably get it from Libro. I probably will. I just don't want to because I like to have my authors in the same place, and I don't want a Wanda E. Brunstetter book. I know it's a little weird, but this is as close as I get to bookshelves, right? If I buy from the same author, it's going to be from the same place, so I know where to find them. Anyway, this is about Amelia. She's a widow. She has an autistic son, and she meets Christian Yoder, falls in love, and her son isn't a fan of him and throws tantrums every time he's nearby. I'm guessing he is not a low level, like a level 1 autistic, where he's super high functioning. I'm not sure. Sounds like he's higher up on the spectrum. Anyway, I'm interested anyway because I've never really, it's rare that you see Amish books with any representation. So, it's kind of cool. Then we have The Secret Society of Librarians by Kate Thompson. I heard about this one from Chloe as well. This one's coming out July 21st. Two women torn apart by war, one shared belief in the power of books. That is all I need to know, and that is everything that I added to Goodreads in June. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Stop recording.